DawnDares2Dream, I like to inspire and motivate adults to dream again. Because as we go through life and take on our different roles and responsibilities, we tend to put our dreams on the back burner. And my goal here at DawnDares2Dream is to help you pick those dreams back up and to pursue them again. Now, I want you to understand, I started DawnDares2Dream because I wanted to relay my message and my heart and my feelings across to whomever would listen. It can be difficult getting your closest family and friends to understand the way that you believe and when you try to express it and share it. So this was like my backdoor way into letting everybody know. Now, I may have lost some viewers as a result of that because they don't agree, and that's fine. I am definitely a proponent of everyone having their own thoughts, their own process, their own mindset that works for them. Your religion works for you, you keep that. No one's telling you to get rid of that. Whatever it is that works for you, continue to use it. I'm just saying that sprinkle some of this other information on it, this personal development information that I'm providing you, and see where your life takes you and how you take off personally. Take it out. But always remember, we are in control of how we see our environment. I don't care what everyone says it looks like or everyone says it is. We are in control of how we choose to perceive the environment. Hey dreamers, welcome back. And thank you to all the new dreamers who stopped by DawnDares2Dream today to see what we're all about. Well, as you know, it's VLOMAS, and I decided that I wanted to come to you today. It is a VLOMAS video, but I want to speak a little bit about the law of attraction. I was actually speaking to my mother maybe a couple days ago, and I have a cousin who is going to purchase a home. And my mother was like, well, how is she going about that? What is she doing? You know, she saved money. What does she do? And I stopped because I started to try to explain, because I know she's purchasing a new development. So I started to try to explain that whole process, and it hit me that I don't know what that process is. Now, I do have a home that was new. No one lived in here before I moved in, but I did not go through the traditional home buying process. I tell everyone, and I may have said this before in another video, it was like buying a house for dummies. I didn't have to worry about a down payment. I didn't have to worry about closing costs. None of that, any of it meant anything to me. Literally, I decided that I wanted a home. Remember, I told you this story before. I decided I wanted a home. I went to a bank to figure out what that process was like, and they told me like 20% or something like that I had to put down. And I thought about the cost of what my home would be, and I was like, I will never have that. How am I going to get in a new home? Someone has to tell me or show me, how are people doing this? I want a home. I don't want to live in apartments anymore. Apartments, the rent goes up every year. There are no benefits to an apartment. No one explains to us, people like myself who've never known home ownership, who doesn't really have family who's known home ownership. And I mean immediate family. When I say immediate, I mean my mother and my father did not own a home, so I didn't have an example to follow. Yes, I have aunts and uncles who own homes and things of that nature, but I have no idea what the process it took for them to get that home. None. I lived in apartments my entire life. So I had no idea what this process is about. But the point to this video is, when you believe that you can get what you desire, when you know it is already yours, it doesn't matter that you don't know the process. It doesn't matter if you don't know what the A, B's, C's, and D's are of the thing to get it. It doesn't matter, because the law of attraction is going to take over where you lack. Now, there is one very important piece to this. You still have to take action. If you take no action, you will not get the thing that you desire. I talk about mindset, belief, action, MBA. That is my philosophy. So the first thing that happened was I had the mindset that said, I don't know how to own a home. I don't know where you begin or where you start, but I know that I cannot live in apartments for the rest of my life. That was the thought I had. And so I just let it go. And I knew I was getting a house. You know how they tell you with the law of attraction, with one of those principles that you're supposed to follow, you're supposed to believe and talk about it, and then you're supposed to release it and let it go? I did that naturally. I just knew I was going to obtain it. So I talked about it. Okay, I'm getting me a house. Don't know when, don't know how, but I'm not getting another apartment is what I knew. So I just went along, and I'm telling you, the universe, I took the first step and I went to the bank to find out what the process was. That was me telling the universe that I am serious about this home ownership, okay? So I go there, and when they tell me 20% or whatever that was, I was like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna work. And my credit was okay, but it wasn't like top notch. So I just knew credit meant something too. So how am I gonna not have a down payment, not have what I think is good enough credit to own a home? Because again, I'm not educated, because I don't know anything. I don't know the process. So just to fast forward a little bit, remember, I told you this story before, right? Those mailers kept coming in with the builders of where I live. They kept saying, no down payment. This is what your monthly mortgage will be. And I kept saying, what? No money down? But when I first saw those, I didn't understand what no down payment meant until I went to the bank to ask questions. And then I was like, oh, okay. So when I then saw those mailers after that, because I had been getting them, I picked it up and I said, I'm calling these people and see what this is all about. And it was the best blessing ever. Because again, I didn't know anything about owning a home. I didn't know anything about getting inspections and all those things that people do. I didn't know anything. I didn't have to worry about anything. They took care of it all, including the closing costs and the down payment. I didn't have to worry about it. Now, I will tell you this. I live in an area that's pretty rural. So they have government loans. When subdivisions are building in an unpopulated area, they get benefits or perks. So they pass those perks on to the owners who are going to actually occupy the home. So that's why there was no down payment. There was no closing costs. You couldn't make above a certain amount of money. Right now, if I came to apply and they were just building it like they were doing back then, I wouldn't even be able to get in, because I make more money now than I made then. And there was a cap, and I was almost at the cap. So now I'm over the cap. There are things out there. You can have what you want. You just have to open your mind and get that mindset right. And the mindset is, this is mine. I have it. I'm getting it. That's the mindset. Okay. Whatever you got to do to get into the I believe state, I got it. That's what you do. So you have the mindset. Then the next thing you know, you truly, honestly believe not just that you're going to get it, but that you also deserve it. That's a big key, because when you believe you deserve something, that's a different kind of belief. Then second, you take action. Do you understand? You got to take some action. So I went to the bank, remember? And they told me what those requirements were. And I was like, oh, this isn't it. Then I took another action that the universe sent me. And I said, oh, let me go talk to these people. Okay. So just remember, the law of attraction is always working in our lives, whether we know it or not, whether we believe in it or not. God created this land for us to live abundantly. Why aren't we? Why aren't we? And remember, I am not saying abundance in all cases is only about money. When I talk about abundance, I'm talking about abundance of peace, an abundance of love, abundance of joy, abundance of happiness. You know, I feel like I have an abundant relationship with my son, you know, just being around him and having a good time with him. That is me living my abundant life. So you need to make sure that when you're thinking of these things that you want that are physical things, tangible things, are you also digging a little bit deeper to make sure everything else is in alignment so that you can receive those physical gifts? Now, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Also, remember down here, there's a comment section. Please leave me a comment if you have any questions about what I'm talking about using the law of attraction naturally. Because I'm telling you, we do it already. Because when I was looking for this home, I did not. And I tell you, I did not focus on the steps of the law of attraction, even though I knew them. I just knew I wanted a home. It's just that simple. And from the time I decided that I wanted it, I was in this house less than 6 months after making the decision, not knowing anything about buying, not knowing anything about home ownership. Because I can tell you it was less than 6 months, because the apartment that I lived in, I had to break my lease and I had 6 months left on it. So that's how fast things can happen for you if You have the proper mindset if you believe and if you take action. Please do not forget action. Also, there's a share down here as well. So it's a share with an arrow. Click on that and share this to your social media platform. And last but not least, my face is going to be up in a circle. Click on my face, select the gray bell, select all, and that way you'll be notified to all the new content that I place up here to YouTube. Have a great day, dreamers.